Hello. Hello. Welcome to SnackTime, an offshoot of the Anything Bowl, where we talk about one thing, one single topic. Today, folks, ladies and gentlemen, what a shit show today has been.
Sounds like it.
It's dude. It's just because running around. It's like running around at work, and then we were trying to make sure that today could happen, so that way we could all be in at least part of what's going on this week. And it's just now that everything's set, and we're like, all right, snap, clap, blah, snap, crackle, pop. Now we're like, okay,
bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom.
Let's take a deep breath. How you doing, Matt?
I mean, I had the opposite type of that day, which I guess is a good thing. But I'm doing okay. You guys are really running the marathon today, from what it seems.
Yeah, dude, it's just we had to make sure Brendan got over here before his game that he's not going to anymore.
Yeah, just was not feeling it.
I was just like, no, go ahead.
There you go. No, I was saying I got a Top Golf appointment to make it too.
Oh, that's right, because you got your friends going on. My schedule's all fucked. And today, dude, tomorrow morning we're moving around like 3/4 of the department, and it's so much to the point where like it's me and 4 other employees in the department, and they're like, "Oh, can you get all 4 of them in here at once?" No.
Oh my god.
They're like, "Well, you're gonna need them." So then I just had to the department looks like shit right now because I had to figure out how to get as many moves done today as I could within the hour that I had when we figured it out. So I'm very overwhelmed, and I'm very excited to talk about Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. But today, folks, we're doing the tier list. Matt doesn't have time for us to do both because he's a busy boy who's got to go meet his buddies.
Top golf buddies.
His top golf buddies.
Sorry. Yeah.
So we're doing the tier list. This is the fun part. This is, for those who don't remember, right, if you look in the description, our most anticipated movies of the summer. Matt's was Guardians Volume 3. Mine was Transformers. Brendan, I don't even think we talked about yours.
It's got to be the
Oppenheimer, Barbie, the double feature?
Or Oppenheimer. Yeah, together.
Barbie Heimer?
Yeah.
Barbie
Bobby
I didn't mean
just together, back to back. I'm counting it as one film. It's going to be a great day.
Sounds like a rap name.
Bobby Hyman. What up, bro? It's me, Bobby Hyman.
Double feature.
That's not good. I'm trying to figure out where the best spot is to put this Yeti. You're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
When you get to use this. So I'm just gonna hold it. It's like it's like an award. So
let's get
we're talking about the Transformers movies. This is the movie from the 1980s. This is the 5 Michael Bay. This is Bumblebee and the new Rise of the Beasts. We're gonna figure it out as we go. This does not include. Apparently, there's a Beast Wars movie. I don't care. You don't care. He don't care.
I didn't see it in the list, so I didn't watch it.
So.
Yeah, Brendan was supposed to watch them. I feel like this is the most you thing. We're like, Brendan, come on and be an official part of the podcast again. Yes. And you're like, yes. Brendan, did you watch the movies?
Do the homework.
No. No. That's a spoil for what the main episode's going to be.
I thought that this was...
It's okay.
I know you mentioned it like 9 times, but for some reason I just did not think the tier list was today. So
well, no, that makes sense because we were like, we're not going to do the tier list today. We are going to do it today. And then Matt was like, I'm leaving at 7 o'clock.
Listen, don't be mad at me because you didn't know if class was still going to be happening. You should still.
I know. I need to pay attention better. I need to do better. And you know what?
Not you, the other kid.
Oh, the other kid? Yeah, do your homework.
Okay,
yeah, do your homework, you piece of shit.
That fucking guy.
God.
Hate that guy.
Okay, so I could hear Brendan. Did I have him muted? Probably.
Yeah, Brendan muted. Oh, probably because we were using the same mic before.
I mean,
and now we're using 2 different mics.
It's
Tell
also
us.
really quiet on my end.
Oh, now I can. It's a little double, but that's fine. I can deal with it.
Yes.
There you go. Okay.
You say it's double?
Anyway.
You just turn one of us down.
That's okay.
Good luck mixing this. We're going to see if this works out well or not.
I can only polish a turd so much, so you get what
exactly.
You get.
I mean, it comes out to a nice shiny ball if you do.
I mean, worst case, Matt, you could probably just mute his mic and just use the Yeti audio.
What's so funny is he sounds like a robot when he speaks.
Well, he's plugged into the MacBook.
No, I know. What I'm saying is like I hear the double. He kind of just sounds like a robot in the future. But
beep boop 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 boop. Okay, so we're gonna start with Transformers 1986, the cartoon movie that bombed in cinemas.
Really?
Yes, they did horribly because it was a 90-minute commercial.
But I heard great things about it.
Oh, because it's phenomenal.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in S tier. I'm gonna start us off right off the bat. This is an S tier fucking movie.
I'm gonna agree. I just like the action sequences a lot. That's what carries this movie.
They fucking kill Optimus Prime in the first 30 minutes, dude.
I gotta do this the only way I know.
Fucking heavy metal.
So I'm gonna put mine right in D for didn't see it.
DND. Did not
see.
Yeah.
Did not do the homework.
Does not recommend.
Did not shit.
Does not mean anything. Heard good things, but didn't see it. So D.
I just love the animation, dude.
Exactly,
the 80s
dude.
is just such an aesthetic, man.
And then the soundtrack
fight scenes
too.
Are amazing. Oh, dude, don't get me started.
Transformer,
amazing.
like the intro song, man.
Dun,
Oh my
dun,
God.
dun.
More
Actually,
than meets
I
the eyes.
I'll have to send you a video. I actually watched. There's this guy Chris Cornell, I think is not the singer. Different Chris.
Okay,
Something.
he's
Mr.
no longer
Cornell,
with
whatever.
us.
No, that's the wrong one. But there's this guy named Chris on YouTube. He does like music analysis. He did a whole musical analysis on the Transformers theme.
Transformers.
He's like, you can hear that. There's a part where it goes 5/8. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
Why are
about?
you why? It's a Transformers movie, dude. What are you talking about?
But it's so fucking good.
It is. It's a great song.
interesting.
And then this is like, listen. I said this to Timmy. I believe Brendan, Isaiah, and we were sitting outside of the theater after we got done with the movie a couple days ago. And I said that there's like the Michael Bay movies, there's a certain thing to them. Like they have a certain feeling, and there are ones that I do enjoy. But there's just such a different vibe between like modern Transformers and like the movie from the 80s and what Transformers should be, and then what starts with Transformers in 2008. It's just like fart joke this, shit piss that. Optimus, funny, it's funny, it's cool. Optimus is a fucking murderous psychopath in these movies.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
He just
dude.
goes full on Predator. Like
He does, especially in the new one. But in the new one, it's cool. The new one, he's not like, he's like, I have to kill you for Cybertron. In the first couple, he's like, I'll kill you. You die. Give me your face.
Gotta
He
be
was very
honest.
visceral. That was another thing I was gonna say. This is like really fucking dark for a Transformers
It
movie.
is.
Like the other ones are, because the other ones are like, even with the aesthetic, they don't feel dark. They just feel epic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Like,
I mean,
yeah.
like, it's dark, but it's also like Bumblebee pees on a guy.
Which is
This
funny.
one?
In the first one, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
He pees on John Turturro. Great actor.
I remember that. Yes, the foot guy.
The foot guy.
Oh my god.
Transformers 2008. I'm going to give a solid...
We're moving on. Damn, you going quick, dog.
No, that's what we're doing, the first live action Transformers. That's what we've been talking about.
Oh shit! I thought we were talking about the 1986 version.
Still?
Then we-
Matt, listen, man. You got to keep...
No,
I
I'm
understand.
sorry. You gotta stay
know
with
I know.
it.
I'm sorry. I'm keeping up with the. I just heard the switch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, dude. I was like, oh shit, we're on the next movie.
Well, no,
Wait,
but
anyway,
1986, it is very dark. Optimus gets shot. He dies in the beginning. Till all are one.
But Transformers 1 though, right? Let me get my mind back on track, right?
It's a
Transformers 1.
What you call it? B tier?
B tier.
Yeah. It's
Mid.
It's yeah.
Rest in peace
It
to the
wasn't
late
bad.
Bernie Mac.
I'm gonna have to put it in.
I think this is kind of the
A
beginning
tier.
of Shia's like overacting. I don't know if you felt
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really just pushed it a little too much.
Since I didn't see the 1980s version, I didn't watch the show. This is my real first introduction.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I loved it. So it definitely wasn't the best all time, but I gotta go with A. Did you just say Bernie Mac died?
Yeah.
No, what?
Bernie Mac's been dead.
Wait, really?
Really?
Yes, he's the car salesman in the beginning. He's like, hey,
Oh my
mammy,
God.
I'll bust your head open, you stupid bitch.
He's that guy in the Kanye.
Yeah, you don't
album.
remember?
Like,
He's
"Come
dead?
here, what
He
the
died a
fuck
couple
is
years
it?"
ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 20. I don't know.
2015?
Google it.
2014?
Um,
Oh, he's been dead for a little bit.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
He died
Phenomenal
in,
role, though. So funny.
He died in 2008.
Did he
Oh
really?
my god.
He died when this movie came out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow.
But yeah, man.
Okay.
But I think it. I mean, listen. I think it was a decent like re-entry into everything. Aside from everything else.
The CG has aged pretty well.
It
I
had.
was gonna say too, like for a Michael Bay film, like it's not too shabby. As we get more into the other movies, you're gonna see like, yeah, maybe not so much, but this was groundbreaking.
Well,
for
I
the
saw-
time.
No, they progressively get worse.
I saw like
They really
a
do.
side by side of him from the first one and Optimus from the first one and Optimus from this most recent film, and there are definite things that are better in this one, but it's not far off.
No,
Yeah.
for a movie that's like going on 15 years old, it's surprisingly good, but it's just like the realistic look that they're going for is too much. And that's what I really like about the later ones, where they're like, oh, look, Optimus looks like he does in the fucking cartoon, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it should be. Instead, you ever hear the story of why he's not the same truck?
Why?
Because Michael Bay said that he would be too short and he wouldn't be menacing enough. So the truck they changed him to made him 2 inches higher or 2 feet higher.
Oh wow. Just enough.
Okay.
Just hey man, inches count. You know what I mean?
I mean,
But, every inch counts.
to be fair, that is something I did
I like
notice in this
Tyrese,
one.
and I do gotta say I like some of the actors in here. I like Tyrese. I like Megan Fox too. I mean,
I forgot he's in
the
there.
only reason why. Yeah.
Forgot Tyrese was in
Megan
this. Tyrese.
Megan Fox kind of inspired a whole
whole
sexual
generation.
fetishization around
Yep.
yeah, basically, which I'm here for.
It's a madness of a generation. So,
classic.
you move on, right? Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen. It's a character that they made up for the show, for this movie. You basically do the same thing, but a little worse. This was during the writer strike in 2008, so the story suffers quite a bit. There's a lot of, like, if you really look into it, it's a Transformers movie, but there's a lot of loose ends of, like, Megan Fox somehow gets a crazy Transformer through an airport and on an airplane and off the airplane. How did she do that?
Good.
Nobody knows.
Question.
I think the best part about this movie is in the ending fight scene. Optimus, there's Jetfire, the old guy, he kills himself. He gives Optimus his parts, so he's like a super mode. He then goes to the Fallen, and it's not even a fight. Okay, if you remember, he stabs the shit out of the Fallen, and then he stabs the shit out of Megatron, and then he grabs the Fallen's face, and then he says one of my favorite lines where he says, "Give me your face," and then he rips his face apart, and then the Fallen's like, "I'm gonna run away," and Optimus takes his fist, puts it through his chest, and squeezes his spark, and you're like,
not the spork.
Space Jesus, okay.
Space Jesus.
He's just been killing people really hardcore for years.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put him at?
I'm putting a C tier, dog. I just really wasn't.
I'm going to agree with you. Wait, I put it in the wrong spot. Fuck, wait. This is the first
slog fest. For what it is, right? I mean, again, it has a lot of interesting moments.
But did we mess up?
Overall, I feel like wasn't really into the whole thing giving Megan Fox a fucking Transformers shit. And, like, besides a couple good action sequences, there wasn't anything really particularly.
No, not at all.
For me, it was just kind of. This sucked too because I think the first movie put them at a good standing, but then they just kind of fall down a little bit. But
I mean,
sorry, you
no, you good. We'll talk more as we move on.
Once again, I put
that's all I had to say.
I put it at B because, like I said, the first one was my introduction into Transformers, and though I knew this one wasn't quite as good, I did not have many issues with this, and I was really excited to see like a lot of this.
More Transformers.
I was having a blast.
Scorponok. There's a part where the Scorpion gets his spine pulled out of him.
I remember that.
These movies are very violent.
Yeah, because the robots
more than I remember. More than I remember.
You can just get away with that.
Dude, there's just like a fly that's flying around here trying to fuck us up. So next you have.
It feels like fucked up. It feels like gory.
It does feel gory when you go back and watch it. Like as a little kid, you're like, oh look, robots fighting. When you go back to it, you're like, Optimus said what?
I'm stimming. What did he say?
Film, and then what they start saying.
I gotta say, the third film is one of my favorites. I think so. You have Dark of the Moon, right? Dark of the Moon for me is A tier. Dark of the Moon. You had this trailer that came out during the Super Bowl in like 2012. Shia LaBeouf is still in this. This is one of the longest. I think it's the second longest one. The fight scenes are the best. This is another instance where Optimus says, "I'll kill you," and then in probably the most Michael Bay Transformers thing you could do, Optimus beats the. First of all, he dies, and then he comes back to life, and then he's like beating the fuck out of Sentinel Prime, who was Leonard Nimoy. Crazy. And then Megatron comes in to help him. Optimus has one arm, and then even though Megatron's coming to help him, Optimus is going to beat the fuck out of both of them. And then when Sentinel's on the ground, he's bleeding, he's dying. Optimus shoots him in the head. And says, like, not today or something. He's just a fucking murderous psychopath.
Yeah. I think that it's a little weird that we associate him with being the good guy. Just because, like, we're told he's the good guy and he is a fucking menace.
He is a... he's just... We completely skipped over in the second one how he like, beat the hell out of that giant wheeled Decepticon in Japan. Yeah. And he's like... The Fallen will come, and Optimus is like, shut the fuck up. He shoots him right in the face.
I feel like the story was a bit more progressive in this one, though, to be honest with you.
It was.
Like, as a kid, I felt like the story out of all of them.
Isn't this the one with the racist robots?
Yes, it is. No, that's the second one.
Yes, it is. There you go. No, we didn't get to the Autobots running over in Charlton, but no.
God damn it, Matt.
We're not political.
Episode 69, Brendan, the political episode.
Yeah, okay. Political. Yeah, we're ramping it up. We're hitting 60 this week.
I don't want to do that. No one's going to get hit.
No, but I was going to say, I felt like just as a kid, like, even... I feel like this... Because I remember I used to watch all these with my I don't know, what would you call your cousin's... I don't know, your cousin's new husband? I don't know what you would call that. I don't know.
As in, like, it's a second husband?
Yeah, like what, a step cousin, some shit, second step, whatever.
Second cousin?
I don't know. Whatever the fuck, dude. I used to watch all these movies with him, and I always remember this one always had the best story to me, basically. So for that
this
reason,
one is great. I put it in
I'm
A
gonna put it in
tier.
the top of B tier.
I got it at A.
Still a good movie, but
I don't think that I enjoyed it more than the first one just because of everything that it introduced me to. But there was so much going on in this one, and I loved all of it, and I got so excited for what was to come next. And then what came next?
Did you say come? Oh my god.
So next up, you have Age of Extinction, where Michael Bay is like, you know what we really need is Marky Mark Wahlberg and
Marky
Bud Light
Mark
in the street.
What do you think you're doing? The
And-
Decepticons are coming.
The Romeo and Juliet laws about why the two of them can be together. And
Yeah.
Bumblebee, but in the backseat.
Stupid.
But that guy got punched in the face with a
Bumblebee
tire.
buttons.
He did. He did.
And that's got to get cool points right there.
It's pretty cool. And then there's Optimus's redesign, where
I
he's like
didn't
skinnier.
notice.
You didn't notice? He
kinda
went from
fire.
like being really big and bulky to tiny, skinny Optimus.
I was so distracted
They
about
kinda
how
gave him
bad
like a
that movie
muscular
was, I
form,
didn't
too.
notice him. So.
This is the longest one. I think this is just like just under 3 hours. They go to
You're
China.
looking at 2 hour 45 minutes.
Yep. It's the only Transformers movie to break $1 billion.
I think I remember them talking about it and like doing a behind the scenes thing or whatever where they're like, yeah, we just like after the writer's strike and we finished up that other one, we wanted to like really deep dive into the comics and come out with something that was really good.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna appreciate it, and then it came out and we're like,
dude, you know what's so
this
funny,
no.
right? This is the one that begins the ideas, right? Optimus gets this sword, which
that was
is
fire.
it's supposed to be
That
the
was
basis
so
of a
cool.
trilogy.
Okay.
Is what it was
Yeah.
supposed to be. Optimus has the redesign to look like a knight.
Mhm.
It's deliberate. Bumblebee has a cool redesign. That's cool. They're chasing another object, the seed. The Dinobots, very fucking cool. Grimlock,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't really say anything stupid like he does in the cartoons, but he's big and menacing. And then, oh, that's my favorite. Optimus does that thing. You find the. I got to talk about how he's a fucking menace in every movie. Optimus finds the Dinobots in that big ship,
Okay.
where he finds the sword. He sets them free, and then they're just like chilling in China. And then Optimus goes to them and he's like, "You will help me defend my family, or die." And then he proceeds to beat the fuck out of them. And then he like puts the sword up to Grimlock's face. He's like, "Fight for me or die." And you're like,
I
"That's
guess
the
I'm
good guy.
fighting.
That's the good guy." Age of Extinction
That's
is a
the good
B.
guy.
It's I put it in the top of B tier. I had fun with it, but it's
I'm giving that a C.
I don't know.
I can't.
I'm also giving it a C. I really just I'm probably bottom of C. I just wasn't really happy with it.
You know why?
why
It just felt like I felt like it wandered too much, man. Like I hear what
It
you're
did.
saying. Like
I don't
that's
even
the only
remember
thing.
the
Like I
ending.
felt like it had a lot of cool sequences, but I felt like story wise it just wandered too much.
You want to know
So,
what happened in the ending?
What?
Optimus beat the fuck out of Gunface, and then he tore his face in two.
Shit was cool though.
Like the menace he is.
That's the
Okay.
thing.
That's exactly.
Every movie, the only reason it's as high as it is because you get shit like that.
'Cause Optimus
between the
fucks
spine
stuff
thing and
up.
that, he fucks.
And the
dude.
one that the next two movies that both came out, I didn't see. So when we went to go see the most recent one, and he did that shit, I was not ready for it, and I forgot what he could
Optimus is
do.
a fucking menace. We'll get to Rise
he's
of the Beast.
He's chaotic evil. I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna start this off right. The Last Night. This came out in 2017, I think, or 18 or 19.
Absolute fucking dog shit.
It's a D
Just going
tier.
right
It's
off the
bad.
bat.
It's
Absolute fucking-
incoherent.
Going right into D for didn't
Did not
see
see
it.
All
It
of the
literally just
Optimus,
felt like Michael Bay was like, "Let's make another one."
dude.
Why? The studio
see-
put it in order. People gonna eat
It's-
it up? Absolutely.
all the trailers were Optimus, who is not in the movie, like 85% of the time.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
no, the worst part of it is the thing that ruins it once somebody tells you. It's the fact that you jump in between IMAX and regular, or IMAX and digital, every shot. And once you notice, it's so fucking jarring of how you're just like,
I didn't know that. I mean, then again, I'm not that keen-eyed about film sometimes, I guess.
Oh no,
so.
dude, believe me. If you watch
I'm
like
sure
a
it
10-minute
bothers
clip
you.
of it, you'll be like, "Oh my fucking god!" I see, because it's not like color change. It's not like
Ratio.
it's the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
It goes from
yeah.
widescreen, full screen to widescreen.
That sounds
did-
like a fucking nightmare. Did they have to send out like 2 different types of reels for that? shit?
I'm
Jesus
sure
Christ.
they did. I'm sure
I'm
Michael Bay
pretty
ruined
sure
it.
they
God, that's
recorded on
fucking horrendous.
The whole thing on 2 different cameras. Pretty sure they have to do that anyway for IMAX.
That sounds like that
so they
fucking.
just cut
remember
it
from
differently.
the Disaster Artist movie where they're like, he's like, "Do you want digital or IMAX? IMAX is the newest and latest and greatest." And then the fucking director was just like, "No, you see, if we get both." I'm like, Jesus Christ!
I did not hit her. I did not.
Do you know-
Hi, Mark.
That's what it reminds me of. But
this movie sucks.
Yeah, man, it just. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I really even like. I understand kind of the story at this point, but I was just so lost. I was like, man. I was like, it felt like it just like this one and the last one too. Just it felt like it wasn't really going anywhere too deep.
No.
And again,
I
felt
mean, like 4 felt like it had something.
Yeah.
And then in this one, they're like,
Kinda.
and it's crazy too, because when you delve into it, this came out around episode 7 and Suicide Squad. So you see all these little things. They're like, oh, we need a Ray. So you got the little girl in the beginning with her own Transformer as BB-8. But she's like in the beginning and then not in the rest of the movie. Yeah. And then you move on to the Suicide Squad. You know, it's supposed to be this jumpy, like, neon loud thing. Megatron, they're like, Megatron, what do you want? He's like, I want my boys back. Like, what are your boys? He goes, I want Nitro Zeus. And then it cuts to Nitro Zeus. He's this crazy dude who's jumping around. And then his name splash on the screen. Like, what else do you want? He's like, I want Wrecker. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck shit up. And you're like, Wrecker. Stupid shit. It's a bad movie. I don't want to watch it again. But if they make a sequel to Rise of the Beasts, I'll watch it again.
Okay.
All right then.
Matt, lead us into Bumblebee. Tell me what you think of this movie.
Oh my god, Bumblebee's S tier movie.
It is an S tier movie.
Right above the original Transformers.
Agreed.
I don't know. I just like the comedy in this movie a lot. I think Bumblebee's just more of it. Out of any Transformers IP, Bumblebee's like the most enjoyable character to me, honestly.
Okay.
It's just really flat out and simple.
What's wrong, Brendan?
So even
and I kind of like the villain a lot in that movie too. So I thought it did pretty good.
He did.
Even though based on
And then like the part 2, like when they're in the company or like that fucking fortress shit, and he's like trying to he's like you fucking dick. And he's like, what?
Oh, it's John Cena.
Hear that? Yeah.
What's wrong, Brendan?
even though I didn't see this movie,
Yes.
so therefore by the rules that I implemented, it belongs in D tier.
It does.
For didn't see it. Based on the trailer alone,
No.
you could tell it was going to be better.
It's so good.
You can tell it was going to
It's
be a good
so
movie, and I
good.
kind of am disappointed that I didn't get to see it. So because of that, I am going to bump it up to a C.
He's
Thank
putting
you.
it in C tier.
Thank
He's
you.
never
Couldn't
seen. Good
see
job.
Good common sense. All right, thank you.
C
You're
for
gonna
couldn't
put us
see
up
it.
Up to B
fan
for
base
but
that way.
would no.
Jesus Christ.
Up to A for
Yeah, but
absolutely want to.
I thought it,
Should've
but I thought
seen
it was
it.
a nifty little prequel, so I was here for it at the end of the day.
You know what's great? That it's a complete
What's
fucking
that?
reboot.
Yes,
That's what's so
fucking-
nice
I
about
just-
it.
I didn't know it was
I like
connected
the
to this
classic
one
redesign
until
too,
they
yeah.
mentioned it,
Oh yeah, because there was that one throwaway line where he was
Yeah,
like,
they're
"I
like,
know
oh.
you met a human."
and they were good to you. And like, okay, what happened to them? Because I didn't see the movie, so I don't.
It's great. You know what the thing is though? Is at this point when this came out, they didn't know if it was going to be a reboot.
Yeah.
So in the end of Bumblebee, he scans and transforms into what Shia LaBeouf finds in the first Transformers movie.
Okay.
So you're like, oh look, it's leading into that. And then you see the trailer for Rise of the Beast, and they're like, Unicron, and you're like, oh look, fucking reboot. Is in the last night, the one that you didn't see. Earth is Unicron.
Earth is Unicron.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a post-credit scene where the horns come out of the Earth. And so when the trailer
is a
comes up for Rise of
unicorn.
the Beast, they're like, Unicron is coming. You're like,
Okay.
we're starting over.
Let's do it again.
Gang, gang. So
Gang.
that leads us to Rise of the Beasts. Transformers 7 was filmed during and before the pandemic and has just been delayed into hell for years. Comes out now. We haven't actually, at the point of recording this, we haven't done the review together yet, so we don't know each other's like full opinions.
Yeah.
I think this is a great fucking movie. Timmery hated
I thought it wasn't too bad.
I think that
I actually kind of went in with a bad expectation.
Yeah.
Because again,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like sure, you had a good prequel, but you're talking like the last base Transformer movies, the last 2 or 3,
Not
just
good.
complete and utter dog shit.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
I
Mid at best.
think that this was.
And then they got to this one. Now, granted, it's kind of relying a bit on a bit of a nostalgia trip, so you kind of have to
Completely.
give that a little bit there. But at the same time, I like the chemistry between the Autobots and the Beasts. I thought that was kind of cool.
It was.
I did
Optimus
agree with Brendan
Primal.
because we kind of talked about. Yes, he was cool.
yeah. I didn't even know.
I do agree with Brendan. We talked about. I think we said that like we both just weren't like we're like the humans were kind of more of a distraction than anything.
Yeah, it was two different
Yeah.
movies.
It just
It was you had humans who wanted to be in this big whole movie, but like clearly didn't fit into it.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, because they
Yeah.
belonged somewhere else.
yeah.
But then everything with them in it was incredible. The only problem I had with it was I didn't even notice that the I already forgot their names. The ones that are animals.
The Maximals.
Yeah, the Maximals. I didn't realize they transformed. I was waiting the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I like the monkey's face
dude,
is
it was so
different,
cool.
but I'm like the rest of him is the same. And I saw a toy when I went into Walmart, and he is standing up more, and he does look more.
Oh no, he does. See, this is what bothers me. Right? They call it maximizing when they transform.
Yeah.
So when they go into the climax, and Optimus is like, Autobots, something, and he's like, Maximals, maximize. They transform and they run. The thing that I hate, right?
I don't like
I've
that.
only got one
That's
gripe about this movie. My gripe about this movie is that the Maximals only transform once, and that's when they're fighting. I don't know if you noticed, right? In all the other fucking movies, the biggest complaint is that in Transformers movies, because the CG is so expensive, they don't transform. They transform off screen. Optimus transforms, I think, 5 times on screen in the first 6 movies.
Yes.
In this movie, like he transforms 6 times in the movie. Homie like rolls up and transforms just for the fuck of it. And then he'll like do it again.
I mean, they had all that extra time because you said it was delayed, so they probably threw in a couple shots.
See, but that's a disappointing thing about all that you were just saying too, because I think for what it is, if you compare this to the earlier movies, I mean, we could talk about this in another episode at some point, but CG has just gone down to shitter, and that's just mostly due to budget. It's not even because of the technology.
Yeah.
Like if you actually gave the time, but it's a whole issue. I mean, if you look into VFX and how they're being waged out, you think writer's strike is just as bad. Look at how many fucking hours.
The artists, dude, they're getting fucking slammed left and right.
VFX artists. Dude, fucking Marvel was raping them for a year. I can't imagine with this one. It's
Matt,
so much
I
more
have to say,
with the,
Matt, there's sometimes you say shit, and I like that Brendan's here with me right now because there's sometimes you say shit and we both look at each other and go,
"What did he
what?"
just say?
What?
Marvel's been raping him, man. You know.
You guys remind me of this tweet that I saw on Twitter. There was a tweet the other day I saw where it was like someone was like, "With this food's like this food's just fucking me," and then there was a retweet that was just like, "Why can't we just say it tastes good, man?"
Because it's not the same thing. It'd be fucking.
But it's not. But I'm saying. But am I wrong? No.
The food be fucking. So Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, right? My gripe is that the Maximals don't transform. Do you know how many shots there are of Ron Perlman's face on that Maximal that they spent so much money on? One.
I don't know.
It's a sweeping shot. He's like, he transforms. He's underneath the some bridge or whatever, because it's just a big gray blob that they're fighting on.
Yeah.
It's under some bridge. And it's a sweeping shot where it goes like, oh, here he is and bye. And for that one shot, he goes like this. And you're like, oh shit, it's Ron Perlman.
I didn't even notice.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's just not even there.
I like this voice acting.
It was great.
I didn't even notice by the voice acting. I'm kind of disappointed in myself because he's got such an iconic voice. But I didn't.
That's what I'm saying,
but there's so many filters and everything on them that they all kind of blend into one another a little bit.
I low-key forgot Pete Davidson was voicing this movie.
Dude,
okay.
He was. Go ahead, Brendan.
I want to talk about it, but because we have that other one, I'm going to go off for like 15 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Pete Davidson is great in this movie, to say the least.
That's awesome.
To cap off what I think about Rise of the Beasts, as we've done with every other movie, Optimus in this movie is fucking brutal. First of all, Optimus Primal, who, for those who don't know, Beast Wars is technically Optimus Prime, but like his descendant, so he's him, but he's also not. It's complicated. That's why the names are the same. Optimus is like, I'm going to kill this dude. And Optimus Primal comes in, and he takes his ball, and he smashes his face, and then he does it again, and then he does it a third time, and Optimus looks at him, and he goes, that was mine. And then, first of all, did you guys know, what is Tyrion Lannister? What's the actor's name?
Who? I couldn't hear the Discord.
You saw what I wanted to do, and
no, Tyrion Lannister. What is whatever his name is? Because now I'm forgetting.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage.
Tyrion? Oh my!
Peter Dinklage is Scourge.
Jesus Christ.
The villain. So Peter Dinklage is yelling at this dude.
I'm thinking of Chris's dog. Jesus Christ.
He's yelling at Peter. He's yelling at Optimus.
Peter.
And to end everything, Optimus is like, they're fighting, and Optimus, like, he takes it to a whole other level. He takes out his sword, and they're just, like, yelling shit back and forth, and he did not say, I'll kill you. But what he did do was he cut off his arm, then he cut off his arm, then he stabbed him in the chest, then he stabbed himself up through the chest, up to his skull, took off his head, and then threw it on the floor.
But took it out with the spine like a predator.
Yes.
And then, fucking killed him.
Yeah.
In the most brutal way I think I've ever seen a robot get murdered.
It was so good.
Fucking heavy metal. This whole movie was heavy metal, I gotta say.
It was really good.
Except for the people.
It really, like, I'd say, like, maybe, if we're talking brutality, I'd say maybe 2 is one of the most brutal.
Yes.
But this one was really
Give me your face.
I feel like
Give me your face.
part of the problem with the people, though, was there was so much to accomplish with introducing the Maximals and everything like that,
Yes.
and doing all that I don't think they really had enough time to give them anything.
For a
to do.
2-hour runtime, it was too much to take on with
Yeah.
not enough
They're
time.
shoving. Because you had to focus so much more on the primals in the first place, dude. Like, dude,
Yeah.
like no, like that's the thing. It's like you're just not. They're just. If anything, I just look at the humans the same way that, like, I think me and Miguel talked about it in like Assassin's Creed, where it's like you're kind of just not there at that point. It's all just about the animus at that
Exactly.
point.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's
I feel like
who
his
gives a fuck?
younger brother like had more of a personality than he did.
Timmy couldn't stop making fun of the fact that they kept being like, "We're from Brooklyn, man. It's a
Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, people don't back down. And we,
in Brooklyn, we're like thi-"
hey man, did I say I was from Brooklyn? Because I'm from fucking Brooklyn.
This movie to me. If you cut out a bunch of the human shit, it's an S tier Transformers movie. But because of a lot of the human shit, some of it has weird pacing. Some of the dialogue is just flat out bad. Some of the pacing and the things that they do are obnoxious.
I just love that it's clear as hell that the two main characters have absolutely no chemistry,
Nope.
and they just happen to be two people who got into some shit together.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying, though.
They're not like, oh, look, it's a love story.
human here?
Why would you bring a human here? What's up, Prime?
dog?
Can we just talk about how fucking racist he was in this movie towards humans?
Yes.
He was just
But
like...
that was the point. They wanted it to be the opposite.
You can't do
In
nothing.
the first one, Optimus is like, we could protect the humans. We've learned this from the World Wide Web. And in this one, he's like, I fucking hate humans, dog. I can't fucking stand them.
It's like the old racist.
Exactly. I'm gonna put this movie, Transformers 7, my most anticipated movie of the summer, in the bottom of A tier because I had a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a B because of the humans.
That's fair.
I am also I'm gonna give it top of B. It was enjoyable. I think it's probably like one of the best mainline Transformers movies.
Agreed. It's much better than at least 4 or 5 of them.
I mean, I think it helps that it just surpassed expectations more than it was anticipated to.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
want to see this
It
movie.
kind of definitely boosts that.
I didn't care about this movie.
Oh, me neither.
And
Miguel,
I
I'll
went
give you
in
full
and
discretion. I didn't really give a fuck.
That's
out of
fine.
It, but then I kind of got into it.
Yeah, it was.
And I was like,
it was enjoyable.
it wasn't bad.
We had some fun.
So
Yeah.
yeah. If it was shit, we would have had a good rant about it too.
We would have.
Just real quick, since I did miss a couple of these movies, does a Transformer die and come back in every one of these?
In the first one, Jazz gets ripped in half. In the second one, Optimus dies and comes back to life because the Matrix of Leadership chose Sam to be the strongest Autobot. In the third one, nobody dies. In the fourth one, Megatron comes back to life
Okay.
because Megatron dies in the third one. In the fifth one, I have to think. I don't think anybody dies. In Bumblebee, he's not.
died.
Yes, he did. That was in 4. Bumblebee, no one dies. And in the new one, who died? In 7. Oh, that's right.
Bumblebee.
Mirage did. No, Mirage.
But Bumblebee was dead through half that
Oh,
movie.
that's right. He was. Totally fucking forgot. That's right. Bumblebee did die.
Yeah.
Okay, so this has been.
And then Mirage came back at the end, too.
Well, no, Mirage came back as a really shitty CGI suit with a floating head inside of him.
No, at the end in the garage.
Oh, that's right. When he was different colors.
yeah.
That was cool. Matt.
Yes.
Matt.
Have you ever
There you
come up with anything, Bold? We're on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Did I say YouTube? We're on YouTube. We're also on
we're on
Apple
YouTube?
Podcasts and Spotify. Make sure to keep those numbers up. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and following us on all those social platforms. Make sure to
W?
check the link in the bio below. Miguel, what are the people been missing?
W. Thank you for 200 subscribers, folks. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. It took us 3 years to get to 100. It took us a month to get to 200. If we keep up the content, we have a lot of fun. The goal is 1,000 by September, but I think the real goal is like 1,000 by the end of the year. I think we could definitely hit it.
Definitely.
It seems like in the reach. I don't even.
Just like that fly.
Just like that fly. Dude, my cat's
like
got
that
stomach
fly.
problems. There's a couple flies flying around the house. It's fine. Let me see what we've been. Oh my god. So we just did episode 57, Wildfires, Spider-Verse, and WWDC reactions. We talked about WWDC. That's what we do, X, Y, and Z. Today's Wednesday. So you just missed, we did the Transformers full review, Brendan and I. Matt is busy. He has a date with his buddies. So it's just going to be Brendan and I for the first time. Before that, we did do the Ultimate Spider-Man movie tier list, where we talked about all the live-action Spider-Man movies. And that was fun. People got
Very
really
mad
mad.
at me.
But it's also like our most
angry at
liked
Brendan.
fucking thing. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I
thank
enjoyed
you.
the movie. It's just that
Thank you
one
for
scene.
welcoming
Everyone's like, "How
Brendan.
dare you?"
Oh my god, it was so.
everyone welcomed him with open arms.
They did.
Thank you.
It's our most liked post on Instagram.
Shout out to that one guy who
1,000
commented
views.
online who had my back.
Jesus
That's right.
Christ.
Oh no, but I think you're
my
definitely a guy that drinks or eats mayonnaise out of the jar. I can't wait for us to do like
That
a
was my
mean
favorite
comment thing.
comment.
And everybody's like, "Go help your wife with the dishes."
Yeah. Piece of shit.
Let's see what's coming up.
Mother's ass.
So this Friday we have episode 58, where we're officially, I mean, you could tell now, we're officially welcoming Brendan back as part of the trio. We'll explain more and talk more about it on Friday. And then coming up this week, we have the controversial movie of the summer, The Flash.
Barbenheimer?
No, not Barbenheimer. That's in like a month.
Not Bobby Hyman.
Bobby Hyman.
Barbie Hyman.
alone.
Bobby Mum.
Barbie Hyman. Double penetrate. And so, all right. Well, thanks for watching.
What?
Make sure to check out the.
Matt.
Make sure to check out the following episodes.
Matt.
of Miguel
DP'd by
Dismatch. Make sure to
Barbie
check
and
out the links
Oppenheimer.
in bio below. And thanks for watching.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.